My name's Thomas Regan and I'm a professional property investor here in Australia. Me and my wife have 20x our property portfolios equity position in the last 20 or 4 years. I was about to say 20 years, but that's a long time. Basically, what I wanted to speak to you guys about today was supply and demand. Something that is very misunderstood when it comes to things that are perceived to have a high supply in terms of property. When the reality is the supply is high, but also the demand is high. What am I even talking about right now? Well, I'm referring to properties, let's just say it. High-rise apartments can be a bad investment. They can be an average investment. They can be a very bad investment, and they could be a very good investment. You just have to understand and know what you're investing in. You just have to educate yourself, okay? Because a lot of people have lost a lot of money in apartments, but that doesn't mean that you can't make a bunch of money in apartments. You can very well make a bunch of money in apartments, okay? Now, you might view a high-rise apartment, you might look at it and go, yeah, there's too many apartments there. There's too much supply, there's too much supply. Look, it doesn't matter if there's too much supply. The question is there too much supply when you look at how much demand there is? And if the demand meets the supply, then there's not too much supply, okay? So when you look at, do you think there's a lot of people in China? Obviously there is a lot of people in China. So when you look at a city, a busy CBD area of China, do you look in there and you go, there's too many apartments here in China, there's high rises everywhere, and what happens if everyone leaves, or there's too much supply? No, there's not too much supply. There's a lot of people. There's a lot more people in China. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much supply there is in some CBD in China. It doesn't matter if the stories are 100-story buildings or 200-story buildings. It doesn't matter, because there's so many people to meet the demand. There's enough demand for the level of supply. Okay, so hopefully that's made you guys understand that there's no such thing as too much supply. There is obviously no such thing as too much supply, but it's about is there enough demand for the supply? That's what matters. Okay, even if you're looking in Australia, you're looking in a country town, there could only be 500 houses in the town, right? But is there 500 people in a town? Potentially, if you built, maybe there is 500 people in a town, but if you built 50 more houses, would those houses be bought? Maybe they wouldn't, because there's not enough people. It's supply versus demand, okay? Understand that. Yeah, so basically I've been looking at Melbourne recently, or not recently, I've been looking at Melbourne for probably the last 5 years, and I've noticed there's the supply surpasses the demand. What has that done for the property market? It's reduced the price of the investments. It's reduced the price of the assets to the point where you are able to purchase these properties at a farly reduced price, to the point where you are purchasing these properties below replacement cost. Now, if you're purchasing any investment at replacement cost, that's a good investment already. Now, what else is happening here in these apartments is the demand's outpacing the supply at the moment, and there's not enough properties being built to meet the demand. So that puts pressure on the rental market, making these really low priced investments even higher in cash flow, better investment. Also, the price is increasing because the demand is going up in this area. So high-rise apartments can grow in capital growth as well. You can get huge gains in high-rise apartments. It's about understanding the fundamentals. What's the replacement cost? What's the market cycle? What's the supply? What's the demand? It doesn't matter. Don't be stupid.